good. Thanks for letting me know, Bahisha. I'm sorry if I am pronouncing your name wrongly. So today I'm going to continue refactoring my CSS for my website. Um, the last time I did this, I broke certain things by accident. So for example, if I hit to the newsletter section of my page, it kind of everything is grouped up together, and only the articles page look correct. The context page doesn't really look right as well, but I pushed it into production anyway. So that's what I'm going to work on today. But first of all, let me go back into my CSS code. Is this? Yep. I think this is not the file I'm supposed to be working at. Yes, it is. And okay, let me open up my CSS file. Whenever I begin a project, I cannot remember what I started with, so I kind of have to open random things just to have an idea about where I want to start. So in this case, since I'm working on the post file, let me just open this page up. This is my blog post nunjux file. Kind of looks like this. I think I refactored the grid previously, so I put it under post.css. Here we go. The RF post, what's the word? The RF post class is what I worked on the previous time, and I changed it into CSS grid, so this is what you see. Now I think a very quick fix for my other pages would be to make sure that I can use a lobotomized owl selector and create a margin top. This should fix my other pages like contact, if I'm right. Nope, doesn't look like I'm right, so let's see. Because there's this article header and article text style, so the lobotomized owl doesn't really hit the target. I don't really want to change the way I use lobotomized owl at this point, so I'm gonna remove it. Then now there is an article. Hi, Stony Python. Okay, I should look at the article styles. Article, what's that? Article header and article text. I'm going to limit my search to the SCSS extension. Alright, so there we go. There are quite a few parts that use the article text mixed in. Okay, so there's an article mixed in, and post.scss uses the article mixed in as well. So what I'm going to do is to open this one up, post.scss. I see l-post content, which I had to do to remove the post content after refactoring. I'm not sure if I still need this. And then I have another one, which is this. This is where the complicated stuff was in the last stream, which I did not record because, well, I just didn't know how to work with Twitch that time. I hope this stream is recorded properly though. I hope, but I'm not too sure. Okay, so first of all, I have the article text ready. Let me check if any of my pages are using post content. So to do that, I'm going to add the nunjucks extension that I use and check if I use, okay, there is a page where I use the post content, and that is the blog page. I think it makes sense for me to refactor this blog page first, since it uses the l-post content. At least I can remove it altogether and not have to worry about the blog page itself. Then I clean off one thing at a time. So here's the blog page. The blog page has the l-post content class. I think, I'm not too sure, I can just change this to the ref post class that I created the other day, which is this one. So let's just take a look and see how that goes. Alright, if I change this to the ref-post class, let's take a look again. I want to compare it to my actual website, so I'm going to open up the actual website. Okay, so this is how it should look like. The ref post class created an extra grid. Okay, because I actually shifted the ref post class to, if I open up the actual post, let me see where I place the post class. I'm just gonna call you Suda then. Okay, the ref post class, I placed it inside article where I have ref post, and then inside the article there is the h1. Inside the h1 there's the post date and this thing. Okay, so if I didn't have the post date and I place the ref post class inside the greater article, it does look like I shouldn't be using article here but section. I didn't know that previously, but now that I know, let's change it up. So section, and then this should work. I'm gonna remove l-post just to make sure. Removing things is always a good thing. Okay, let's take a look at what I have. ref post is here, articles, and all my post content is still on the grid on the second layer. Might not be what I'm looking for, actually. This is what I wanted. On a small screen, it should collapse into, like, aligned to the left. On a large screen, it looks correct. Yep, this is on an even smaller screen, it looks right. So I might be overusing the ref post class at this point. So let me take a look at what it does again. H1 would span the entire column. Okay. Then everything else would take on the second column. Okay. Just going to open this back up again. Second column. This is a very specific grid that I'm going to use for my blog content. I mean each post, and it's not something I want to use for all my other pages. I would rather all my other pages to be wait a minute. Actually, is this okay? I think it's alright, with the exception that at this breakpoint it should have shifted in. How does it look if I move my other article around? Well, this breakpoint, which is about 650, the content looks a little bit squished up. I think I might want to switch it up so these two pages follow the same format, and I'm going to make this align to the left. So that means at a certain breakpoint of this is about 600 plus. I remember I had a list of breakpoints, so this is about a medium breakpoint. It'll be grid column 2. Before this medium grid point, breakpoint, I think I would span the entire grid. Let's take a look at how this looks. Nothing has changed for some reason. Grid column. Nothing has changed either. Oh, that is that is because we are on 40 EM. It's at this breakpoint. I might have to change the breakpoint, but let me take a look what happens without the breakpoint once again. It actually went back into a left column layout at the medium breakpoint because I had this, which says from the medium breakpoint onwards create a grid, and I didn't even know I had that, so I can simply remove this part and adjust this. Maybe I want it to be large, I guess. Let's take a look. Okay, so moving upwards, 700 plus. It gets a little bit too long before we go into the large breakpoint. And after we get into the large breakpoint, it's fine. So we need something else. I think the easiest way is to add a breakpoint to the content. So instead of breaking at 640, we break it somewhere in between 900 and 640. How many words does this actually? So when it comes to typography, we want to make sure it's between, I think it's 50 or 45 to 70 words. So I'm gonna open up my text editor, and it's 100 characters, so that's a little bit too long for reading. I'm going to try changing this to 750 pixels. This will be converted into EM because the MAPI breakpoints library that I created converts pixels to EM. So right now, here's what I see. At 750, it breaks. Yep. And at 750, is this still too long? Let's take a look. I think it is. Okay, so this is the number of words that I have. It's 83, so that's still too much. Looks like I do need about 700 pixels. And it's a good idea to actually let this be, in a way. Because I used medium before, it's 640. And at 640, let's move to 640. Yeah, at 640, it's this is 57 characters. That's okay. A little bit on the short side, but it's okay. Because I have 63 characters at the max width either. So then there's this dilemma of, okay, what should I do when it goes below 640? And it looks a little bit too tight in this case. If you read it on an iPad or a large phone, the left gap here is a bit too much. It's too jarring. I have no idea what I want to do about this. And this is too long also. So when I created it before, I didn't pay as much attention to the styles as I should. So one simple thing I think I can do is to change up the breakpoints. I need to change up the breakpoints because I definitely need the date here to move up at a I think it's a larger breakpoint. So let me try. Let me try about 750 pixels then. Yep. So at 750 pixels, the content changed to another layout. So this looks quite good to me. But before the change, the content is slightly too long. So what I can do is to restrict the content with a max width declaration. And since I didn't use a max width here, what I can do is, I think it's easier to use max width like that. Maxed width of how much width did I have? 50 characters, I think. Yeah, let's do this. And then when it gets to 750 breakpoints, I'll do a max width of auto because I need my grid to be much bigger than 50. Okay, and this is what I have. It looks good to me. If I expand it, let's take a look at what happens if I expand it. Alright, I have, is this 50 characters? I think it's shorter than 50 characters actually. That's my grid again. Yeah, I think it's slightly shorter than 50 characters. But it's fine for now. I can come back and work on this again. Wait, let's see. Let me see. How many words is this? 75. Yeah, that's a little bit too long. What happens if I say 45? It feels like I'm playing with magic numbers, and I actually am playing with magic numbers, because when it comes to watching a screen, the typography measure, you kind of have to watch out for the number of words. There's an optimal number of words between 45 and 75. I kind of like to stick around 60 or so. So here's the optimum number of words. Okay. This is 66, 65, so this looks good. 45 looks good. Maybe I can change this to 45 as well. Then I have this weird little thing where I'm not too sure how to work with CSS grid when I want two different columns to expand at the same time. Or rather, I want two different columns, but Maybe I can do 1FR here and see where it takes me. Nope. I'm not too huge of a fan of CSS grid when I have layouts like this. Maybe it's just because I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh wait. It's actually restricted because of the max width in RF post. Why? Isn't it in the same declaration? Maybe there's no max width auto. Yeah. It looks like there's no max width auto declaration. I kind of tried to auto every single thing, but it looks like there isn't. So let me just take a look. Max width none, max content, min okay, so my problem was because I tried to do max width auto and not max width initial or max width. Let me try none. Yeah, I think that's where the problem was. There's no change between none and initial. I think none is the one I wanted. So this looks much better, I think. Okay, looks good. Then I'm gonna take a look at the blog page. Looks like that's what I need it to, so it kind of looks good too. I'm not going to worry too much about this. There's one more thing I want to do, and it's here. I need an extra margin when it's lesser than 750. When it's lesser than 750, I want it to text align right. I probably want a margin top of 1 rem perhaps. Let's see. It's a span, and span inline elements cannot have a margin top. If I do a display block, it should work. Yep. I'm gonna shift the text align in and do a display block at a small breakpoint. We don't need a grid column 1 here anymore, but it goes into the breakpoint, and this looks about right. I'm gonna include the font here. Okay. Now this looks good to me. The next thing I would probably do is to change the set a max width for the H1 over here, because this loads too long. Max width, probably another character value. That would be 30, I guess. 30 looks good. Nope, 30 doesn't. Somewhere between 25 kind of looks good. So I'm going to stick with 25 here for now and see what happens. This looks good, not too bad. If I do 30, it actually doesn't really make a difference at a larger size. If I do 20, it starts to look not as nice. So I'm probably gonna stick with 25. It looks alright to me. 25. Is this 25? Yeah, around 22 is the max anyway for a large screen. But on a smaller screen, I can expand it outwards. So that's how I set the grid up to be. Yep, that's how I set the grid up to be because of the sizing issue. So I'm gonna set it at 25, and that's fine. Okay. Oh, hi Max and Arthur. Hi. Let me do a quick wave. Okay. Okay, I have corrected. So far, what I've done is I've corrected the L post underscore content, and I can remove it because nothing uses this anymore. So let me go ahead and remove it. And the next thing I'll do is to change the name from RF post to something like post layout, because RF means refactor for me. I can do L dash post, but that's the namespace thing where Harry Roberts actually recommended it, but I didn't really like L and the different namespaces because it was really hard for me to understand what that was. I think I'm kind of like a longer, more prose kind of person. So if I can actually do layout post or post layout, I think post layout it fits me a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead with that. And most of the styles here belong to a post layout. And post layout underscore date would be the class that I'm looking for. And what I'm gonna do right now is RF. Change all RF post instances, which is this, and this, and this, to post layout. I'm not too sure if this naming convention is the best, but it's better. It's the best I can come up with right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead with it. Oh wait, this is files to exclude. Files to include replaces this one. Yep, I'm going to replace it. And it should work the same way. Alright. Okay, at this point, this is what I just noticed. The title doesn't really look nice here. So maybe, but I can't really change anything about it because that was how I created the grid. The H1 is in the grid and there is a max width. Okay, so what if I do everything but H1? Should have a max width of 45. Then I would not have to worry about this, I guess. Just want to check the entire thing and make sure it's alright. This doesn't work. See. So the best way to go about doing this is to wrap it inside. Hmm, how should I go about doing this? I kind of like having the RF post, the post layout on the article, but that restricts me from making sure the rest of the thing follows. I'm a bit torn about this. I don't really want to put post layout inside, but maybe I should. And if I do put post layout inside, I have to redo almost everything I did the last time round. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about the H1 for now. Just let me just stick with. Oh wait, the max width 45 actually does include this. What if I don't have this? How will it look? This is actually much better. In that case, I better put the max width 45 and max width none. If I really want to, what I can do is this. This actually looks better. But we have a problem here. No, CH actually means CH is a little bit tricky. Let's see. I remember looking at CH, and it makes a lot more sense in this article by Eric Mayer. So I'm just gonna post a link there. What happens is it's to measure the zero width of a character. We can either use EM or CH. I've been using EM the entire time, so what I'm trying to do this time round is to explore the use of a CH character and see where that stands. So just trying things out. No real reason why I'm using it. I can actually do a EM as well, so it's not a problem. Yeah, I always use RAM and M. I don't think I have a very good reason for using CH though. Most developers think that CH stands for the width of one character, and 45 CH means 45 characters, but that is not true. So if you do use CH, be aware of this fact. And I think there's a lot of misinformation about the CH unit. Yep. When it comes to typography, I'm normally using RAM, unless I need things to be a little bit more. I need things to flow along with the font size of the element itself. Then I use EM. But in this case, I'm just gonna try CH. I think I will go back to EM soon, like in my other projects. What's the RFS mix in? What was I? Here. Not H1, max with 45. Okay. This part. I don't really like the not part. It makes code quite complicated. What should I do? Yeah, Max, CH is a character in every font. I think it's the character of a O or a 0. But if it's not monospace, then it doesn't really mean anything anymore. But most developers, like I said earlier, they think CH stands for number of characters. I don't like this, so let's not use this. You see, I'm going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on my decisions when I code. I think I'm not sure if it's me, but it's a very normal thing for me to do. That's whenever I discover some new information, I would change what I thought was good before. So that changes quite a lot of thoughts. In this case, I think I want to move the post layout back down. So I'm going to create a div to contain most of my items, the rest of my stuff. Then this whole batch would go inside post layout. If everything goes inside post layout, then H1 should be outside. No, no, it doesn't really work that way. Nope, it doesn't work that way. Because the, okay, I think that's a easier way to go about it. I'm gonna remove this section and put it outside. And I'll give it another post layout. So the not H1 stays. What is wrong with you? Oh, there's a CK layout and there's a post layout. So that conflicts. The post layout is supposed to be okay. When you can't control the content, it gets a little bit sucky, but this is what we can do. When you can't control the content, you have to control the CSS. So let's hope this works. Not. Nope. Oh, it's the other way. I think it's the other way. Post layout should come first. So there should be section and there should be div. Wait. It's exactly the same thing. What am I doing? Okay, this looks better. Yep, that was what I originally wanted. So yes, the H1 and the rest of the article looks fine. I'm still not a fan of writing the not H1 thing, but it does make my layout easier when I include H1 into the content mix. I guess it's a good enough trade-off. I'm going to stick with it. To be larger than other elements at a small size. Okay. Is there anything I would change? Alright, see ya. Okay, there's this part where the first paragraph in the article, I want to change it to, I want to make it this larger. So my post is still an article, so post layout, first type. Yep, this is slightly bigger than the rest of the page content. Exactly, that's what I want. So I spent another 45 minutes just debugging this layout part. But well, sometimes you have to spend that amount of time when you have to spend it. So let me do a push. Oh, I am actually writing everything on master instead of the development branch. But hey, who cares? Alright, pushed. Okay, so what's next? What's next for me is fixing other pages like the contact page. Yeah, it's like I haven't even gotten to that yet. And we had this L article thing that we looked at previously. Going back to the SCSS. So let's look at the about page. Article. And everything here is article CSS. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the contact page since I'm there. Okay, let's take a look at this actual HTML. Looks like this with a wrap article. Where does the I think it goes under page.nunjucks. Yep, here it is. This is what I need. Okay. I don't think I need this anymore, but oh wait, I think I need this. Yep. If I put post layout, then things would definitely change. I'm just curious how it would change and would it look good. It actually looks alright. It actually looks alright. So why not I use post layout for everything? In that case, I don't have to use the article header class. I don't have to use this div. I can just remove it. Ta-da! It actually looks good, so I don't have to change anything. Yay! Okay, I can use that one layout for all of my pages. That's a tiny thing I would like to change though, and that's the size of the first. I probably want to change it to a smaller size, but I will have to make sure it looks alright on my article page as well, because this looks good. But anything else, it looks a little bit too big. So one possibility I can do is hmm. Let's see. I'm thinking of either doing something like post layout. It's one thing, then post layout with a modifier. It's another thing. Then I'm thinking of adding a mix in so I can include it below, but I think it's a little bit too much. So this method, the band method, looks kind of alright. Except it doesn't really make sense to say, generic, which will be used for most of my content. I can change this name to article layout. And post layout, which would work. And article layout should be the more generic one. So I'm just going to try copy pasting, moving everything into article first. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What was it? Yep. Alright, everything should be in article layout now. Then post layout. Doesn't really work to extend it. Yeah. I can do 2 of the layouts at once. I'm not too sure. Like, what would you recommend? Post layout and includes would sound like the best idea to me, but that's the whole mixing thing is what made my life so difficult right now, because of all this kinds of mix-ins here, and I don't really want to bring back this structure where I create too many mix-ins. But there are lots of things that I can reuse except for this grid template columns that I really want to change. So I guess this would be very unconventional because I don't think anybody does this right now. But I'm thinking of doing this. I can add a custom property and call it modifier perhaps. I should come up with a better name, and I'm going to include this thing here. Otherwise, I would use the actual one. I can actually do this to make the code a little bit easier to read. Okay. And then I can change the name from, wait, should I? Because only the post layout would have the date. Others won't. Let's not do this. Decisions. I'm actually not sure. This is why it takes so long to write CSS. Okay, fuck it. I'm going to use the mixin. I think that's the best way. I'm gonna call it generic layout because I can use this layout for all of my stuff. Generic layout would be this, but at a smaller width. And I would include generic layout first. Larger left column for dates. The H1 can follow the generic layout. The not H1 can also follow the generic layout. The post layout date would be used for post layout. But everything else would follow the generic layout. Okay. I don't think I'll be using fig caption anywhere else, but let me just put it in here. Just to be sure. And the first of type can be placed here. Now, something is wrong. Oh. Okay. Generic layout, and then I'll have like I said, I'm not sure if this is the best way to do things, but it sounds alright to me, at least for now. So if I go back to the contact page, why are my links showing the same thing? Localhost / contact. Alright, this is the page I want to debug. Okay, so my post should use the post layout. My contact page should use the generic layout. Let's see. My blog page should also use the generic layout. Yep, I think it looks a lot better. There's not so much left margin. I think this is fine as well. Generic layout. Is this too much? Still, probably. Let's reduce it, the gap even more. At a larger size, it doesn't really work out well. So at a larger size, I want to change it back to 1.5 perhaps. Yep, I think this is fine. The post layout should have a bigger width, just to make sure it doesn't get. Okay, post layout. .5 frames. Hey, Shama, is it? I hope I'm not pronouncing the name wrongly. Okay, so this should be correct, I guess. Let me just break this and see if it breaks. It doesn't. So would you like me to call you Droth or Shama? I guess that's the question. Hey, I'm pretty sure I can't pronounce that name so I'm gonna give up trying. All right. Oh, I actually should do this inside my generic layout. Then it doesn't bleed over to the post layout. .5 is not big enough. I can put it back to 2.5, I think. Or maybe 2. I don't use the JS framework actually. I am still doing vanilla because I don't need it for most of my work. Oh, okay, Susie. Good to see you. Yep. Like you see, I'm making a lot of small minor decisions, all the micro detail decisions as I'm coding. I don't have a good answer on whether that's a waste of time or not, but that is generally what I do. So, well. Another thing I'm considering is instead of using VR2, I can use something like a percentage or a VW unit. But the problem with VW is it doesn't really flow according to vertical rhythm. It flows according to the width of the page. So my rhythm units will be all over the place. I try to control my rhythm units as much as possible. So I prefer VR2 rather than VW, which is why I have to create so many different breakpoints. If you use VW, I think it's easier for coding that. For my website, this website, it doesn't really have a lot of code. It's just something like this. I do use Webpack to compile stuff, but each file looks very small for this website. Like offsite JS, this is slightly more complicated because I was trying a new way of coding. Then I think there's an email form one, which I don't really use anymore. These two are kind of similar. Like I need to clean up my code, but I'm just gonna take it one step at a time. Let's clean up the CSS first. Yeah, this part over here, this is pure JS. It's pretty nice. Okay, I do spot an error here that I want to change. So for my term, label and this error class and an input. So I do want some margin at the top. So let me dig into form items. Form elements, I think. Wait, what's that? I can't remember anymore, so what I'm gonna do is this. Search for it. This looks scary. Okay, form styles. Class. Why did I use the class format? I can't really remember. I think it's because let me just take a look and see if anything will break if I do this. Nothing seems to break. So I think I prefer that old format of writing a class than using a class attribute. It looks really foreign to me, so I try not to do that from now on. So display block. I think I had an error thing here, so let's see what happens if I press send my answers. Okay, there's something wrong with my email form JS, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'm gonna take it one step at a time. So if there's nothing wrong here, then let me see what happens if I. So the good thing about HTML is you can always change the HTML on the fly and take a look at what happens. Okay, if I change this is how it looks like. My form error has a margin top. See form question plus star. That doesn't really make sense. So form question. So usually, I think the format right now flows like. Okay, let me take a look at the radio buttons and see if it's any different. My code here is really complicated. I was trying to do something previously, and I over-engineered the code here, I think. Form question plus label, that's one format. Form question underscore the inner content is a label. I should probably say a radio group class here. It will make things a little bit easier. Then yeah, I'm reusing this form question class too much and probably allowing it to do too many things. So let's see. Form question, display block, and this creates the heading, so I'm fine with it. Let's strip away the plus star. I think this should help. Alright, plus star margin. Okay, in that case, I have this. Oh wait, that's the label here. Form question plus star. Okay, this is still have the margin here. That's fine. Item radius label. Oops. Ooh. Where's my radio? Okay, this is too complicated. This class is too complicated. I need to change this up. Alright, I think I did this. So contact. I'm gonna open the contact page and okay. Looks like I did what's it called? Includes form, or was it this is, I think this is an 11T thing, or was it? I can't really remember what I wrote here. And it's hard to find form as a keyword. Shortcode, come. Where are my shortcodes? Yep, it's here. I have no idea why I use 11T for this one. It gets so complicated. But I always try to complicate things. Somehow. It's time to uncomplicate things. No, this is like JavaScript and not nunjucks, and I really should shoot myself in the foot right now. I should have used nunjucks includes rather than an 11T shortcode. Makes things so much more complicated. But I don't want to deal with this right now, so I'm just going to leave this here. It will be something for a later time. So, to do. Nunjucks macro. That will be easier for me. This would I'll probably do this in the next live stream. I think I'm gonna live stream every week. It feels quite fun. To talk about how I code. Let's see, what did I miss? Yeah, nunjucks is. Some people like to use Pug, which is another template engine for HTML. I like to use nunjucks because it looks like HTML. That's why I use nunjucks. Okay, so where was I? Okay, let's get back to CSS. This part. Form question, form error, and input. So what it basically wants is, after the form question, there's an input. Can do plus input, which would make it, no, not plus input. I have to do this sibling selector for margin top. I imagine it's not only input, but there is also text area. Let's see if that works out. No, it doesn't feel like it's working out. There's this empty thing that is. So let me open up words. Should be like that, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, in that case, I might be overthinking it. But this is, I like things to be more explicit nowadays than I used to before. Probably because I forget everything that I code and I leave it there for a long time. Python, Stony Python. I'm just gonna call you Python. I used to work with Grunt, but I no longer work with Grunt anymore. I prefer Gulp right now. And it's funny because I was having this conversation with Jake and some guys on Twitter just today. Jake Akibot, and he said he doesn't. He said for him roll up replaced Gulp. Was it? Was it here? Yeah, he said roll up replaced Gulp for him, and then I don't think I can do it right now, but basically I use Grunt. I use Gulp to do a few things. That's part of this conversation here. So if if anyone is interested, I say this is how I do things with this is what I do with Gulp. I'm just going to copy paste here. If you're interested, like if you're not interested, that's fine too. Yeah. Okay, cool. I would prefer Vue. I used Angular before. I used React before. And I haven't actually worked with Vue, but I heard good things about it. And from the syntax, it feels like something I will want to work with more if I compare the three. But like I said, I'm probably going to vanilla JS all the way until I really find a need to. Okay, so right now forms look okay, and there's nothing much I need to do here. So I basically clean up the forms layout right now. I remember we were working on the L article text, L article, something related to L article. So let's see if I use any L article text. On the about page, I still use it. Yep, so it's only on the about page right now. And if I fix the about page, it should be fine. But let me just take a look at the Nunjuk pages. Do I use them? Yep, I use them on the... I don't even have this block anymore. So I'm just going to comment out. Should be fine, not a problem. I have it on the tanks page. I have it on lots of pages. Lots of pages. So this is my generic page. So I have to rework all of these pages. Well, that's something I can do one at a time. Let's do it right now, since I'm still here. I don't use this anymore. The best page is the... I don't think I have this page anymore, but... You see, the good thing about switching the post content to... the post layout to something that that wraps around all my pages is I don't even have to do any... I don't even have to write any classes in my content, and they can just work. So this should be under best. Yep. This is an outdated list of my best articles. I should probably use 11t to put tag to it. So let me just put it somewhere so I can remember. Use tag best to this should help. I'm just gonna put it somewhere. at least the layout looks good and I can move on. So I'm not worried about which articles I am going to keep or not keep at this point. I just want to make sure all the L article text thing gets removed. So again, remove this part, remove this part, and it looks like I can do a find and replace actually. Oh no, there's a page not found. It's this. Okay, there are certain things that are wrong here. So let's see. Why do I have a div here? I still have a div here. Okay, fine. Yep, I don't think I can automate this thing as much as possible. Like I thought of, do a quick find and replace everything. It's going to be a little bit challenging. Okay, right, next one. Can delete this. I can delete this. And I can delete this. Move everything back in. Well, actually, I use the blog after newsletter. Somehow, but it's fine. I think this is under here. Yep. Yep. That works. I don't think I need this. Since I remember it, might as well give it a try. Yep. Okay. Ta. 4. Oh, it's under not found. This is fine. Next. Remove this. Remove this. Unindent everything. This works. I don't use TypeScript. I have never tried TypeScript before. It's too complicated for me at this point. I don't need to use something as complicated as that. So since I removed this, can remove this. I have this here. Oh, this looks like a very complicated page, but I think the rest would remain the same. Yeah, this looks like a really complicated page. I might just break something here. I don't know. Let me make sure this looks okay. This should be under the products page, which is not very well looked after, unfortunately. Okay, this actually looks better. I think I can remove all this article text here. Not too sure, so let's take a look. Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference, so that's fine. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to redo this page sooner or later. Let's not worry about this at this point. You see, I'm leaving a few pages that are broken here and there. Some pages are important, some are not. I will come back to them since I'm doing a lot of refactoring through my live streams nowadays. So it's going to get better. I don't mind having some of my pages broken for a while. RSS. Yep. So that's fine. I don't have an RSS for. Do I have an RSS? No, I don't do videos anymore, so I don't have an RSS for videos. But I should probably use it because I think I will put my live streams up. So I'm just gonna keep that. If I remember, I remember. If I don't, fine. Okay, so I'm going to. This is probably the most mundane part of the live stream today, where I go one by one to fix everything up. I don't think I need this. So let's see, this is the terms and conditions page. Let's jump over here, it's fine. The thanks page. This is also complicated. Sometimes I make things too complicated for my own good. Alright, this should be fine. I don't have this page anymore, so I'm gonna delete it. What's this? Yeah, I don't have this page anymore. I'm gonna delete it. There's a feedback page. Okay. Oh, I need a H1. What am I doing? And I don't need this. I can just do a. So I think you may have noticed by now that. Hey, why am I even doing this? I can do this. Makes my thing so much easier. Okay, just to make sure this works, I need to go to this page. Where's this page? Feedback? I need to open this up in my file explorer. Page learn JavaScript feedback. The other way around. Nice. The CH unit, what do you mean by reliable or not reliable? I kind of need to have a better sense of your question before I answer it. You know, for nunjucks, I think I do nunjucks a little bit differently from most people. Like, I'm not sure if anyone uses as much markdown as I do. So, normally, what other people do is you have a markdown page for like post content. Example, if I go into my posts, okay. here is an example of my post, which is this one is going to come out in June. It's going to be awesome about how I work with arrays. Then usually people write an entire markdown file like this, but I sprinkle markdown inside my nunjucks. I'm not too sure if I don't think anyone does this, but I cannot do without it because you see I put so much content here, and I don't really want to change all of these small little quotes into actual smart quotes. So I might write about how I do nunjucks with markdown with 11t, which is quite an interesting topic, I guess. I'm not sure. I hope it is, but let me just get back to refactoring for now. Alright, just remove things. Again, I don't need such complicated stuff. Yep, this is what I need. See, if I remove the whole article, okay, if I remove the whole article header thing, I don't even need I just noticed this, I don't even need, it's like all of my pages are marked down in that sense. See, it's so different compared to before. Which is why I preferred the post layout to be what's that word again? To be wrapping my H1. Yes, something else I can change again. It's like I can almost create all my pages with markdown files instead of nunjucks. So it kind of looks a bit weird. I don't think anyone can write completely using markdown. It's just I am really close to it at this point. Really, really close to it. Every page will look the same, but it's not too much of a problem. If it's not too much of a problem, that's fine. And most of my pages, well, it's a generic page anyway. I don't know if I actually use all of my pages here now. It's been a while since I updated them. I might not use them, so it might be a good idea for me to go and clean things up. But like I said, I'm not worried about that at this point. So I'm just going to clear up all my files. And I can do a cleanup of the actual pages on a different run of my refactor. Whoop, should be here. Alright, I might have broken something, so if you see anything that's broken, let me know. What's this name? just to give a quick check. Yep, looks alright. It looks alright. That's good to know. And I am done with what I wanted to do today. I'm happy about how fast it... Oh, wait, I still have one more page. That's the about page. And that it gave me quite a bit of problems before because of of how I wanted to lay it out. So with all this done, whoa! Oh, my VS Code crashed. All right. Look at the number of pages I have opened. Just look at it. Alright, I can pretty much remove the thing if I fix the about page. About page, let me just put it to the side, and I think that's about CSS. Yep. Alright. I'm going to switch up the format a little bit. I like having this HTML on the left and all my other stuff on the right. Mark, for CH reliability is pretty well supported. You can go to Can I Use. It gives you more information. If I were to tell you the answer, I have to go to Can I Use myself anyway. So just do it yourself. Do I have any plans on doing a complete project with React? No, I don't have one. I might do it with Vue, but even before I do it with Vue, I would do vanilla JS first because I'm so familiar with vanilla at this point. I do have an interesting idea that I really want to code up about planning and note taking, and it's kind of like a to-do application. I shared it with my friend earlier this morning, and she's so excited about it as well. So I might just do it after, if I have the chance to clean up my entire website. I might just do it after that. Okay, so let's see. I really hate the about page layout at this point. So I want to throw the entire CSS away just to make it simple for me. I don't think I need any of this right now, so just gonna comment it out first. And of course, I need the generic layout first, and I can see how this turns out. But the about page uses the page layout, so I already have the generic layout, so I can remove it. I don't even need the old words part, so I can remove it. See, layout page, it uses the page layout. Okay, so everything actually looks perfect except for the mega big hit photo here. You see this whole part about the ampersand thing, it really breaks my flow of train of thought. So I'm going to change it up a little bit here. I have a H1, so why not I do this? Should look alright. I think I'm having some problems with my internet. It's loading something for some reason. Yes, Python, we can definitely build a progressive web app or PW, as in a single page app or a progressive web app with vanilla JS. Why not? In fact, I'm going to do it for my course, So students for my JavaScript course, some of them were requesting for what's that thing? Offline, being able to read the course contents offline. So what I did earlier this morning was to work up how to use service workers with Webpack, because I use Webpack on the back end for my JavaScript, and it took me about 3 hours to figure that thing out this morning. And that is cool because right now I can use service workers in my actual code, and I might even bring the service workers thing into my main blog as well. Put in some of the content and allow you to save the article for reading offline if you're interested in it, yada yada yada. So there are a lot of improvements I can make to this website that I created, I think 2 to 3 years ago, and I am really excited to bring out all the different improvements I can make. Okay, I don't have a section here now anymore. I can remove this section. And I don't need to end my markdown, I don't need to start my markdown. Oh wait, I might need to because I included an SVG here. But I might not need to. Let's see how it looks like. I'm gonna bring my picture down as well. Okay. Looks alright. Most of the area looks alright. I have to remove that this part. I don't think I need this. The layout one, okay. Wait, it shouldn't be the case because I basically remove all. Okay, it should be under featured .css. Let me see whether I use featured. It's only in about, so why did I even create a new thing for it? I can simply copy paste this into about and remove this file. Yep, there's an error because I removed the file featured here. Save, I guess? Yeah. And I'm gonna bring this back, open this up just to make sure it's running. Okay, I think it should be back, but mine, I have no idea why it's still spinning up there. But just to make sure everything is alright, I like to do body background rate. Okay, it's there. Okay, bring this back. I'm going to maximize this again. So where was I? I was working through this. And then there was the old featured thing in about.css. Yep, I don't need. So what was I trying to do here? Let's not have this. Or this. Too little space, so I guess I need something. This looks good. I'm gonna rename this later. But it looks like I do not need the markdown part, to remove the markdown part. Yep, it works perfectly fine. Okay. Let's change the text a little bit here. And I'm gonna change this to a span. I don't need class here. About featured. Margin top. VR3. Margin bottom. VR3. So this should still be around. I can remove this. Yep, this looks good. 3 was a bit too tall, so it was 2 I think earlier. 2 is still too tall. Let's do 1.5. And maybe I don't even need the margin bottom one. Yep, I think this looks good. Okay, with this done, what else do I want to do? I want to change the size of this picture over here. Yeah, I can remove everything here, but let me just take a look at what the old about page looks like. Oh yeah, this was what I was trying to do. Yeah, looks complicated. I think it works a bit better if I try to say. Let me just remove all of this since I don't need them anymore. And I have an about layout. This would make much more sense. Then my about page should not use the page layout, because otherwise it will be hard for me to change this part. I want to change this to about layout instead, so I'm going to copy my layout from page and use the actual HTML layout instead. Okay, and this is fine. In that case, I will need my rep class, which I remember, if I didn't remember wrongly, I don't even have any CSS for this class, but I'm just gonna put it there first. Then it will be an article with all words and generic layout, but not generic layout. I actually want about layout. That's where the rest of the stuff comes in. Let's fix up the whoop. Okay. Certain things should break, certain things should still be alright. Okay. Now my about layout should include from the generic layout. Does it work? No mix-in name, generic layout. So let's take a look at my styles. Where do I have the layouts? Oh, that was under post. Post.scss. In that case, my generic layout should be outside of post. I'll get another error. Post is about. Post is about is after post. Okay, I should probably put this in a layout SCSS. Alright, I got some weird stuff going on here that I don't really care for now. Let me just put this in. Maybe not layouts.css, but I can do something like, I actually have a layouts article. Why not use that? Yeah, that was where the really complicated thing was before. I can almost remove all of this. Almost. Except for this external logo thing. Okay. Oh, I still used some of the mix-ins here. Okay. No worries. Just gonna put a to-do note for myself. At least I should be able to get my generic layout in my about.scss file. Let's work. Come on. It's not working. Why? The others are working, so about layout. Oh, why did I do double underscore? Yep, it works as before. How should I change this? I have no idea. Okay, let me just start with going to throw this away. Probably 5 RAM would be good. It's not showing up. Did I make a mistake? Nope, I did not. Showing up as red, so what is wrong here? Oh, yeah, that's the not H1 thing is fucking me out right now. It's coming back to bite me, like I said. No, that's fine. This is a one-off thing. It's not too much of a problem. I think this is good. I use CSS Grid here, but maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. I think it's easier to not even use CSS Grid. So why not? Let's put it that way. Alright, and then I had a margin left of 0.75. At 750 pixels, so I'm just gonna keep that for now. Eventually I'll refactor it and put it inside my breakpoints list. Large will be margin left of 5. Likewise, the margin left will apply to the not H1 stuff. Maybe my about layout would be the only one that's different, where I have my H1 outside. This is okay for me, I guess. Yep. In my about layout, I can have a margin top of 2, I think. I usually do 2. No. 0.5. Okay. And my about headshot can be this. Float left. It's been a while since anyone used float. Yep. With a margin right of 0.5. Why am I doing this? We are. It's too much. Too much. The problem is this. The first few paragraphs. Okay, so what I am going to do is, let's do a breakpoint. So I think schedule everything inside a breakpoint, 750 pixels and above. Otherwise, they don't float. This looks alright, alright. Looks a little bit too big, so my max width would still be here. Bam, and 750. Breaks. After 7, I think I can put everything inside here. It'll be easier. P first of type. Like again at 750. Oh wait, I can. Yeah, 750. And margin top will be 0. Should align, yep. And I should probably do like the first 2 paragraphs, but this may not be usable. P of type minus n plus 2. I think this is the first two paragraphs. Right. Okay, that's the first two paragraphs. In that case, everything I can give a larger ch value. Or I might not even do this. And I'm just going to say everything should have a max ch value of 45. Yeah, this is fine for now. Yeah, the problem is, here's the problem of why I didn't really like ch. Because ch is a EM unit sometimes, and I don't really like how it goes inside. My content. I need this content to bleed. So this would be the only content where I use RAM. Let's try this. A bit too much. Number of words 59. Okay, this is fine. I need to fix this one here. I guess an easy fix is to change the size. Yeah, this is the easiest fix. And if I do this, I don't even need to. I hope. Let's see. Dun dun. Dun. Yeah, it looks alright. It looks alright. Then I can change this to 1. 1. No, it doesn't look alright again, so I'm gonna increase the. This is a bit of a magic positioning thing again. The easiest way then I can think of is this. Which is double my normal. No, it doesn't work. Oh, that's P. First of type. Oh well, anyway. Then it works now. It works now. Right, this layout is so much better than what I had before. Gulp is a task runner. It's like Grunt, similar to that. What I use Gulp is to package my files up. So I basically use Gulp to run almost everything. Like I compile CSS, I compile Webpack JavaScript. I use it to run 11t, which runs my static site generator. Then I put everything together. So like when I want to start my development project, I can just do npm run dev, which is the code that I use, the command. And then it serves up my website. See, minify images, copy images to the distribution folder, runs 11t, which creates all the CSS files. Then put up a server so I can view my files, and then watch for file changes. So when I save this file, it automatically refreshes my website. Then if I want to do a build, I can say npm run build, which would ready my files for production, so that's cache busting, that's minification and all that stuff. So there's a ton of stuff you can do with Gulp. I actually wrote a book about all of those before. I think it's this one. Yeah. If you want to have a look at it, you can have a look at it. Alright, I think we are good for today. I basically refactored my entire layouts for my entire website, and I think they look pretty good now. I hope I didn't break any. I might have broken this part. Did I? Not exactly. Nope. Nope. I didn't really break this. So yeah, I think we are good. No, it's not free. Have a look at the website and you know. I don't really know if you can use it with Angular. I haven't been using Angular for a long time. I don't intend to use Angular anymore too. So yep, my CSS is so much cleaner compared to before. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna reorder the code a little bit to make it make sense. Right, the first of type. Don't need comments here. Okay, I will need a comment for this one. I am almost done. I think it's probably something I can fix here. With the home content part. Home SCSS. This looks so complicated. Alright, I'm just gonna fix this very quickly. So after the CK home section, I guess, or home content, yeah. Okay. Yep. Woo. I'm going to redo my homepage sooner or later, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Like, it will be an entirely new design, perhaps. There's this part that I need to fix. Section generic layout. Okay. Right now everything is under generic layout, so there's a problem here. Why did I do this here again? Alright, I might have needed this, but Hey, let's take a look. See pagination. Where did this pagination thing come from? If I remove this, I'm fine. L content, yeah, that's where it came from. I probably shouldn't put it under the layout because the pagination is so huge. So huge. It's like, looks like this. It's too many things. It should stay on its new line by itself. And this pagination only comes in block. So, well, I can do this. Column 1 slash 1 or 2 slash 1 should be fixed. Does that work? Nope, it doesn't, because it's actually went all the way to -1 already, so I think I should do 1 slash -1. Yeah, now it works. This just doesn't look very good because this, I should reduce the number of pages here. Pagination page 7, I don't know, 5 maybe. I can't even remember what I wrote here. Okay, 5 looks good. They only have 5 pages to show at once. I think I can remove first page and last page entirely. Without doing too much, this is a simple quick fix. I will come back to this in future. Why is the first page still showing all 9? Okay, I'm not going to worry too much. I'm just going to show 7. I don't have the time to look at this properly at this point. I tried, but it's not as quick of a fix that I would like to, so I'm just going to leave the old stuff there. Yep. Okay, I guess that's the end for today. Spent another 2 hours refactoring the code for this website, and I got to a point where I'm happy with the code I used for the layout, and the layout actually looks better than before, except for just this one small little part where I can probably did it this way. Okay, that's it for today. I think we're done. I'm done. I'm happy with this. What question mark syntax? I don't even see a question mark syntax. You mean this? This is a ternary operator. It's a if else statement basically. Yeah. But I think I'm done with this. With today, I'm happy. Thanks for coming by to watch. I'm not even sure how many people are here right now. Let me just take a look. Not many. Um, Thanks for coming by. Thanks for giving me some of your time and watching me redo this the my website. I hope you learned something. I hope. I don't know if you actually did. Uh, Let me know what you think of this stream and how I can improve. I'm always listening. And maybe in future, hopefully I can do something interesting that you like to see as well. So if you have any ideas of what you want to see, let me know as well, and I'll see if I can put it in. All right. Thanks for staying on. Thanks so much. I am going to cut off myself right now. See ya. Bye.